Hey, what's up, guys? Coming on here with another Houston Texans video. So, yesterday it was reported that Andre Johnson will be traded or released by the Texans before the season, and I'm going to look at it on both sides of the perspective, pretty much saying what the team was looking at and what he's looking at. So I'll start off with him. People freaking out that he got released or was getting cut and stuff like that. But when you really look at it, obviously he's taken 4 pay cuts before. They want him to take another pay cut. Should he have to take another pay cut? I think guys like Jonathan Joseph and Brian Cushing should probably take a pay cut before he does, but I can't really control who's taking the pay cut here. But they want him to take from a $60 million pay to a $10 million pay cut. But I think he wants to obviously leave and get a Super Bowl ring, so I think them letting him leave would be a good justice for him. I think people make it seem like they're throwing him on the ground, kicking him when he's down, making him leave, but he wants to win a ring. He doesn't. I guess he doesn't think he can do it here. Last season, we all know that he had all this off the field issues with. He didn't want to stay. He didn't trust O'Brien. They thought we were rebuilding. He didn't want to play for Houston last year. He held out for a while. He wasn't going to take a pay. Then he was. Then this offseason he was going to take a pay cut. And then now he doesn't want to take a pay cut. And now he wants to leave. It's just a mess. I think he wanted to leave last year. Last year was better than he expected it to be. Then he was hoping maybe because he had a big year they weren't going to ask him to have a pay cut, and they asked him to have a pay cut, and then he wants to leave. So it sucks to see him leave, but you can't really fight the team because he wants to win a ring, and he doesn't think he can do it here. So they both have to take a mutual agreement and say, you know what, if you don't think you can do it here, we'll just let you go test free agency or trade you wherever you want to go, and that's where you go and try to win a I don't know I think it's a mutual agreement for both teams. He can go wherever he wants and play and try to get a ring. We get $16 or $10 million off the cap, which we really need right now, and can sign other players like Kareem Jackson, Mallett, Newton, and Kendrick Lewis, guys that we really need, and then we can start looking in free agency for receivers maybe. But as a front office, I think it's just all about the money, really. I think that since they didn't have other guys who signed restructure, they just thought, okay, Andre's 34, he's coming to the end of his career. $6 million to him, I don't think that would be that big of a deal. Maybe he'll take the pay cut. He didn't take the pay cut, so maybe they want to look for more younger receivers to team up with DeAndre Hopkins. I think they should look at free agency first. Maybe look at Michael Crabtree or Wes Welker. Even though Welker's injury prone, I think they can get him fairly cheap since he hasn't really played that well in Denver over the last couple of years. So I think even Welker as a slot, and then Crabtree, who is probably not going to get that much money either. And then if they get either one of those guys, Welker would be a slot and Crabtree would be a 2. But I feel like now that they got rid of Johnson, number 1 priority in the draft will definitely be getting a receiver. They have a ton of receivers this year. I could see them even trading out trying to get Cooper or White. If not, they could at 16 they could still probably get Devontae Parker from Louisville, Jalen Strong from Arizona State, or maybe they pull the trigger on Darrell Green Beckham from Oklahoma. But we'll see what happens. The thing is, people want to it's obviously a sad day. I'm not gonna say I'm happy Andre Johnson's gone, but they both pretty much came to agreement that he didn't want to play anymore and we couldn't pay him anymore. So they both had to break up. That's what it is. The issue that I have is if he goes and leaves, he wants to leave Houston and goes to another team and takes less money than what we're going to offer him. Say he goes to the Colts or the Patriots or Seahawks, Denver, whoever it is, and they give him $8 million a year and he takes it. I think that would be a slap to the face of the Texans. He wasn't willing to go down from $16 to $10 million, but he'll go to another team and take 8 or 9 or less money just to play for them. I think obviously he wants to run the ring, but you can't be complaining about your contract as that's the reason you're going to leave and then go to another team and take less money. I hope he doesn't stay in the division. I hope he doesn't stay in our conference. I hope he goes to NFC. Seattle would be preferable because we don't have to play them, and I think that's probably one of his better chance to get a Super Bowl ring. But it's up in the air where he'll go now. I doubt he'll go to the Patriots because he'll want a lot of money, and they have to re-sign Revis and McCourty, so they probably won't have enough money to sign him. Broncos, maybe, with Kubiak, but they were just franchised Demaryius Thomas, and I don't know how much cap they have. They got rid of Julius Thomas, but it's not like he had a big contract as it was. Colts have plenty of money, but I doubt he'd go to the Colts. I don't think he'd do that to Houston. And then, like, Seattle would be perfect, I think, because they have no receivers, so he'd be the number one right away. Sad day to see him gone, but I think it's a mutual agreement between the team and Andre. Hopefully we can salvage what we have, get another receiver, get a couple in free agency, and just keep on rolling. I think last year was a good year. I think it was better than he expected. I didn't think he thought we were going to be that good last year. That's why he was complaining about how he didn't want to play and he didn't trust O'Brien and stuff like that. But I think this could be a big year for us, and hopefully we get a couple good receivers and we move on. Besides that, let's go Texans.